Yes. What up, guys? How you all doing? Welcome to the live. Welcome, guys. Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. Where are you streaming from? Where are you guys streaming from? Oh? Hi, guys. How y'all doing? How y'all doing and where are you streaming from? So Trump just abducted the Venezuelan president. President of Venezuela was abducted by Trump. And what do you guys think about it? What do you guys think about it? Is it a good thing or a bad thing? What do you guys think about the abduction of the Venezuelan president? Okay, and note for some of you that don't know what's going on, um, the president of Venezuela is being accused of, facilitating drugs and illegal oil sales in the US. And now he's been arrested by the Trump administration. The military, the US military conducted an assault like never before in Venezuela, and the president was whisked away at night, right? So really, I want to hear your thoughts, guys. The first thing is, you need to understand the you need to understand the situation of things before you can actually say if invading a sovereign nation is right or wrong. Okay? The amount of corruption going on in Venezuela is unbelievable. And I must tell you, if you look at what's going on, peaceful protests are being suppressed by the president and his cabals. So the corruption in that nation is something else, right? A lot of the people, the citizens of Venezuela, are currently complaining that they do not even, they're not enjoying the dividends from, oil. Imagine a country that has oil and 90% of the people are living in poverty. You see what we're saying now, right? So there is a lot of corruption. They practice a democracy, but their last election was completely rigged by the current administration. And if you ask me, Trump's move was honestly timely, right? And timely in the sense that the Venezuelan borders have now been used as the gateway for drug trafficking and oil bunkering, and they're just doing all sort of things, right? It's okay to make your country a shithole, but don't mess with the US. That's the message Trump is clearly giving this guy, and I love it. If you ask me, I love it. It's okay to make your African countries a shithole if you want to, but do not mess with the US, because Trump will invade your country and get you. And that's what happened. And a few days ago, right, the president of Venezuela was seen boasting on national TV. Who messed with the US? I mean, the president of Venezuela just tried it, and he was abducted, literally abducted in his own country by the US. The US can do that. When I come here, I tell you guys how powerful the US military is, but you don't get it. And a lot of people come here and say, how do you know the US military is this powerful? Try what? Right? Imagine going into another country and abducting the president of the country. Isn't that crazy? How powerless can a country be? Guys, if you're just joining, hit the like button right here. Hit the like button. How powerless can a nation be? But the same Venezuelan president was seen on national TV saying that he's waiting for Trump and the US military to come do their worst. And Trump said, "Oh, really? You want us to do our worst? Okay, we're coming to get you." It's crazy, guys. It's crazy. It's okay. Winston is saying it's all about oil and currency manipulation. Yes, you're right. It's about oil. Oil is, I mean, it's about oil, right? But it's not just about oil and currency manipulation. Um, there is evidence that the said president is involved in drugs. There is evidence of the president involved in drugs, suppressing the voice of the people, and he that's a lie. What exactly is a lie? What is a lie? What is a lie? There are video evidence of the Venezuelan military. It has zero to do with drugs. I'm telling you that these are the issues on ground. These are the issues on ground. You say no. Really? Maybe I need to show you what the president is being accused of. So why was the president abducted by Trump? If you say no, then tell us why the president was actually abducted by Trump. Because the president of Venezuela has been abducted by President Trump. So if you say do proper research, you say it. Tell us why. You come here to say no, do proper research. Then tell us why was the president abducted. I'm telling you what I've researched and what I know, and you say that's not it. So tell us why. You don't know, but you think mine is not correct. Why was the president of Venezuela abducted by Trump? I'm telling you why it happened, and you say no. Anybody can say something about you, that means it's true. I'm telling you what the accusations are. These are the accusations from the US government. I'm not debating what the truth or what the lie is. I'm telling you this is why he was abducted. Okay? Do you understand what I'm saying now? But that doesn't mean it's true. Again, these are the reasons, and the reasons are valid. Do you understand what I'm saying? If someone says, oh, somebody is trying to hurt me or somebody is trying to harm me. Yes, but what they say is a lie. Again, this is the thing. If it's a lie, right? If those accusations are not fact, or there are no, factual evidence to back up the accusations, by now the international community would have gone nuts, like completely crazy. Because remember that what Trump has done, it's something very, very serious. Going into a sovereign nation and abducting the president of that nation. So if the accusations, if there are no element of truth, as regards the accusations, then imagine what the international community would do. So what I'm trying to mark, yes, he makes America great. Exactly. It's America, everyone is scared. Okay, so again, even if it's America, look, if there are no truths to what the US government is saying concerning Venezuela's president, then imagine what China, what of course Russia, and Europe in general would be doing by now, right? So America is not world power right now. Remember Gaddafi? Yeah, I do remember. So again, there are elements of truth to what President Trump and the US is saying concerning the Venezuelan president. And let me remind you guys, this same president, right, rigged the elections. So he's in power by crook. The people of Venezuela did not vote for this man. Understand this. There is no free speech in Venezuela. If I was doing this live stream in Venezuela, I would have been arrested. That's how bad it is. So some of you don't even understand what Trump is fighting for. Emmett, how you doing? A lot of you don't understand what Trump is actually fighting for. If I was doing this live stream in Venezuela, right, the police would have been knocking on my door. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So imagine a country where you don't have free speech. Oh, okay. 1984 and Trump. So imagine a nation where you don't have free speech. The government oppresses the people, literally. You cannot protest in Venezuela. They are facilitating. So the Venezuelan president is actually facilitating drugs in America, right? In America. And conducting illegal oil business on American soil. So that's what we're saying. And these are the accusations. Exactly. So Trump is trying to build a world where speech is actually free, where there is free speech. Especially in Africa. A lot of African leaders are corrupt. You must understand this. X is a free speech platform, exactly. Rumble is free speech, yes. Winston says, so what the hell are you talking about? Trump just pardoned a drug kingpin. Why did Trump pardon a drug kingpin? Which of the drug kingpins are you talking about? Huh? Which of the drug kingpins are you talking about? Would you say Trump liberated Venezuela? Yes, definitely. Trump is trying to do that because the president of Venezuela is a corrupt man. He's a corrupt man. I mean, we expected that after Trump seized the oil, two oil tankers, we expected the president to actually do the right thing, amend his ways, but it got worse. It got worse. The president of Venezuela openly threatened Trump and threatened America as a whole. So Trump said, "Oh, you think you've got machines? Let's show you what we've got." So that's it. But I know there are people who, yeah, exactly. Trump is fighting against the cartel, drug cartel. So let's call a spade a spade. Let's call a spade a spade. There is the question of, is it right to go into a sovereign nation and abduct the sitting president of the nation? Hell yeah, I think he's right. As long as the president is, carrying out these illegal oil activities and drugs and all. So the people of, imagine Venezuela is an oil producing country, right? Venezuela has oil, yet the people are living in poverty. People are poor in that country because the leaders would sell the oil and embezzle the funds from oil. Yes, Trump would do the same for any corrupt country in Africa. Because at this point, the US is actually tired of funding corruption in Africa, right? Exactly. Trump is actually a man of peace. Trump wants peace, but for you to have true peace, you have to be ready for war. You see that? For you to have real lasting peace, you have to be ready for war. And that is why he changed DOD to DOW. Unfortunately, I don't think that Trump would liberate anyone in need without financial gain on his part. Without Venezuela's oil, I don't think he would have liberated them. Well, you're right. You may be right on that one. If without, I don't know if I don't know if the story would have been different if Venezuela did not have oil. But one thing I must say that Trump is doing a great job and deserves his flowers right now. Yeah. Of course, Lincoln was a man of war. Exactly. Yeah. The US liberated Iraq without their oil. So it doesn't necessarily mean oil. If you look at the statement, Trump's statement on the killing of Christians in Nigeria, he said something that Nigeria is a country of particular concern because of the killing of Christians, not really because of their oil or something. Yeah. So it's not necessarily because the country has oil. Venezuela was giving the oil to China and Iran and was using the money to do illegal activities in the Caribbean. Yeah. Exactly. You're right. King DJ Tricks, you're right. And that's what I'm trying to explain to others that look, the president of Venezuela is a shady man, corrupt man, and Trump has tried his best to, call him to order by seizing the oil tankers, but that wouldn't stop the man. Oh, okay, that's great. 1965 in Detroit. Wow, that's great. People need to what do you Mark, what do you have to say to those who don't support Trump? What do you have to say to them? What do you think about the people who don't support Trump, and why do you think they don't support Trump? I like to call them the Trump haters. I've seen other streams of people praising Trump. Every other stream I've seen has been from Americans. Do you think most American Trump supporters care about you and other Nigerians? Good question. Well, I don't know. I guess I have to ask them. So far, most of the people who come on the live and send me gifts are actually Americans. So if you say, do they care about you? I don't know how to define that. Yeah, most of the people who actually come on this live and send gifts and support the channel are Americans, honestly speaking. So I don't think it has anything to do with race. People know the truth and people stand and support the truth. So that's it. I support policy. I don't worship people. Yeah, exactly. Venezuelan president rigged his own election and 8 million people left the country. Also, they have high inflation. The money is worth less than toilet paper. Yeah, King DJ Tricks, you're 100% correct. And people should be educated on this stuff. Thank you, Mark. Thank you so much. That's why I like this live. It's much more positive than other Trump supporting live. Yeah, yeah, we just have to say the truth as it is, you know, and and just educate people, right? We just have to try to educate people so that they can see the good side of what Trump is doing for America and the world at large. Yeah. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. I think like the what what Elon Musk likes to call the woke mind virus has found its way into young people in the US, and a lot of things are not right, but Trump is fixing those things and bringing sanity back into the US. Some people are too emotional to think. Exactly. Illegal immigrants, coming to the US from Mexico, border issues. Yeah, I think Trump is doing a great job, man. You know, 39 countries have been banned. Let me see if I can pull up that list. The list of the 39 countries have been banned from entering into the US. Yeah, nationalized education. So 39 countries got banned, and let me see. Wow, what church is that? Mark Travis, what church is that? Let me show you guys the 39 countries that have been banned. These countries these countries can no longer enter the US. So these countries are Life Church of okay. I'm going to check that. I'm going to check out the church. No, you can't protect illegal immigrants. If someone enters into a country and the person does that not in a legal way, then you should kick them out. That's how to keep the country safe. That's how to keep the country safe. If it's just like saying someone acquired wealth in an illegal way, right? Someone acquired wealth illegally, and you're saying find a way to protect the person. Yeah, exactly. Illegal immigration is like breaking into people's home. My book says that most illegal immigrants are taken advantage of by human traffickers who often kill these immigrants and their families just to make a profit. Well, I would repeat, if someone enters into your country not in a legal way, you should send them out. It means they're abiding from crimes, maybe in their own country. The good people will get a passport and seek citizenship the right way. Exactly. Good people will actually get a passport and seek citizenship, or whatever you want to call it. They would do it the right way. There's a right way to do stuff. I mean, I don't feel any sympathy towards banning illegal immigrants and sending them home. Okay, hiding. I get it, King DJ Tricks. We need to protect them by stopping them from even thinking about coming to the US rather than taking them back once they're here. Well, if they get into the US, they should be sent back. I don't feel sympathy for them, honestly speaking. Why do you feel sympathy for illegal immigrants? Yeah, exactly. From a legal port of entry. when it comes to law, ignorance is not an excuse. I hope you know that. Emmett, when it comes to law, ignorance is not an excuse. If you go and you do something that is against the law, and then you want to be saved by ignorance, it's going to backfire. Exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, King DJ Tricks. You stay in a country like the US, enjoy all the benefits, and the truth is, a lot of the illegal immigrants don't even pay taxes. Trust me, they don't pay taxes because you do not have your papers, right? If you don't have your papers, then how are you paying taxes? So they don't pay tax. They don't pay tax. They are not documented, so that means if they commit a crime, you cannot trace them. Okay? So I sympathize with illegal immigrants because in most cases there are people who have been effed up by the Mexican government and taken advantage of by smuggling gangsters, the real problems. They pay some tax from products. Yes, that's the only tax they pay. Of course, when they get products and all, that's the only time they pay taxes, right? They don't pay personal income tax. Mark Travis, I assure you, they do not pay personal income tax. He was working under another person's name. Can you imagine? Can you imagine that? I don't think we should feel sympathy for illegal immigrants. So Trump has banned more. Trump placed a ban on 39 countries, right? And this is new. This is 2025. They don't even have bank accounts. And it's under their mattress. Okay, so there's Afghanistan, there's Angola, there is Barbuda, there is Benin, Burkina Faso, Burundi, Chad, Cuba, Dominican Republic, the Gambia, Haiti, Iran, Ivory Coast, Libya, Malawi, Mali, Mauritius, is that Mauritania, Niger, Nigeria, Republic of Congo, Senegal, Sierra Leone, Somali, South Sudan, Sudan, Syria, Tanzania, Venezuela. Venezuela has even been banned by President Trump, actually. There's Yemen, Zambia, Zimbabwe. You see that? So, the only African country not on this list. I mean, there are a couple of African countries that are not on the list. And I'm happy that Kenya is one of them because I plan to visit Kenya, right? So Kenya is not on the list. Cuba was funding and operating parts of Venezuela. Yeah, and I think Cuba is on the list. Is it? Yeah, Cuba is on the list actually. South Africa is not here. No. South Africa is not on the list. South Africa is not on the list. South Africa is not on the list. But Zimbabwe is on the list. Zambia is there. Tonga is there. Tanzania is there. South Sudan is there. Somalia is there. Sierra Leone, Senegal, DRC. Oh, really? Obama took it off during his term? Oh, it's back here. So Trump Trump already put Cuba here. You say the real evil isn't the immigrants themselves. They are just ignorant and have been taken advantage of. The real evil are the smugglers and human traffickers called. You have a point. You have a point, right? But then again, you have a point. But then again, there is no way, absolutely no way on earth that you can convince me that people do not understand the difference between, coming into a country legally versus entering a country illegally without proper documentation, without visas or stuff like that. They manipulate them. I mean, I feel like these people know they know the law, they know the truth. Okay? Do you understand? They know the law and they know the truth. Every country, yeah, exactly. Every country has deportation laws. Every country has deportation laws. People without education are easy to manipulate. You're right. Every country has deportation laws. So ignorance is no excuse. You cannot commit crime and say you are ignorant in a court of law. You see? You cannot commit crime and claim ignorance in a court of law. You will be prosecuted. Do you understand? So imagine that you steal or you kill someone. Let me say that. Imagine you kill someone and then you are caught and you are taken to a court of law and your defense is that you don't know that killing is a crime, or you don't know that murder is actually a crime. Imagine that scenario. What do you think the judge would do to that person? You think the judge will say, "Oh, yes, let's pardon them. They're ignorant about the fact that this crime or this act is a crime and it attracts life imprisonment," for instance. That's just it. Ignorance is no excuse for crime. And crime is crime. There is crime and punishment. You understand? There's crime and punishment. And that's how you keep the country sane. Rich people go to Mexico for vacation. Poor Mexicans run to America. That's the irony of life. I'm not saying we should just allow them break the law. Read my comments above. Of course, I read it. But if they break the law has to take its course. There is no saying, let's pardon them for breaking the law. No, you do not pardon people for breaking the law. You actually allow the law take its course. Do you understand? So yes, it's a noble cause to say, oh, let's let's pardon the people for breaking the law and they were deceived and all these things you're saying. Yes, when people commit big crimes in US and Canada, they get deported back home and do not always stay in prison, then try to re-enter back into the US. Exactly. That is why a lot of these countries are getting banned. Okay? That what you've just explained is why a lot of these African countries are getting banned by Trump, of course. When people commit big crimes, okay. See? That's why a lot of the African countries are getting banned by President Trump. And it's a good thing. It's a good thing. They're getting banned. Seriously. Seriously. How lonely does it get the smarter you become? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I think there is something you can learn from everyone. I don't think I'm particularly smart, so I can answer that question. Maybe Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos or Bill Gates, right? Or Steve Jobs can answer that question. But personally, I think um, you cannot get too smart and you are unable to learn something from people. There's always something you can learn from someone, right? So it's not easy to cross the border, definitely. If we could just educate them so they know how bad it is, I don't think most would choose to cross the border. Exactly. But the honest truth is you underestimate some of these illegal immigrants. You underestimate them too much. That's what I see here. A lot of them know what they're doing. A lot of them actually know that they're doing something illegal, but they still choose to do it anyways, and that's because they want a better life for themselves and their families. A lot of them know what they're doing, trust me. At least 90% of the illegal immigrants know exactly what they're doing. They know, right? They know. Exactly. People get paid to smuggle people across the border. And I can tell you this is why Trump is securing the border like never before. I mean, the US border has become so porous that, in fact, it was a mess. it was a real mess. Trump actually salvaged the situation, and now is mass deporting a lot of these illegal immigrants, thanks to ICE, right? Thanks to the work of ICE and President Trump's, immigration policies. And if he continues at this pace, I'm telling you, that problem will be solved. You understand? So that's it. Not easy, but I believe that God is with this man right here. Okay? I believe that God is with him. Oh, every president has deported. Obama deported over 1 million. Trump is just doing it faster. Yeah, exactly. Trump is doing it super fast. Once they get hold of you, they take you straight to the airport where you are being investigated, and the moment they can confirm that such a person is an illegal immigrant, they're sending you back to your country. So Trump is doing it so fast. It won't be because it won't because the smugglers will keep bringing people into the country, and that's what I explained to you. The countries have been banned. The countries where these smugglers operate from, Trump has placed a ban on these countries. So that is it. Okay, you need to understand what is going on before you kind of comment or something. So you need to understand what's going on, is what I'm saying to you all. All right? And finally, do not fall for the propaganda and the hate. Okay? Because I've seen that a lot of these Democrats are just pained because they actually hate Trump. They're not pained because there is lack of, evidence to back up the good work that Trump has been doing. All the evidence they have is clear, but they keep hating on him. So don't let these propaganda people that try to push a false narrative, or they try to play the racist card whenever you talk about Trump. I mean, we must not let them win. I can tell you for free and categorically that black people love Trump. Yes, black people love Trump. And maybe that's the next mesh I'm going to work on. I'm going to write it, black people love Trump. Or the next title for my life. Why don't you like him though? Emmett, why don't you like him? If you know he's doing some things that are right, why don't you like him? Is it because the Democrats have programmed you not to like him no matter what he does? Honestly, if Harris won the election, right, I would have been very, very objective with her leadership to see is she equal to the tax and stuff. You get it now. So if you say you don't like him, why don't you like him? Hmm? Why don't you like him? Because he won't make billionaires pay tax, and he won't solve the border issue at its root, and he pays it's real too much. Democrat run cities kill more black people every year, but we vote Democrat the highest, even though black people used to run the Republican Party before the 60s. Okay. Okay. Democrats for 200 years. So that is it. If you ask me, I think the man is doing a great job. Right? I think the man is doing a great job and deserves a round of applause. All right, guys. In 3 minutes, I've got to go. In 3 minutes, I've got to go. Thank you all for joining the live, guys. Definitely come on live again. I think I love the pattern of this live stream because I love the pattern of this live stream. Only subscribers can comment. So there's less hate and more interactions, which is great. Less hate and more interactions, which is perfect. That's how a live stream should be, especially when we're discussing, serious, political issues like this. We need less hate comments, and more thoughtful, analytical comments. So only subscribers can now comment on our lives, which is, I love it. W Trump in the chat. If you love a new pattern where only subscribers can comment, so that we have less hate. Because the guys that spew the hateful comments, they're not even subscribers. So why do we have them on the channel? Right? Why do we have them on the channel? They're not even subscribers. They can't engage in a proper debate. If you tell them the facts, they can't even engage in a proper debate. They just resort to insults. The last time one of them said, the reason my hairline is the reason my hairline is bad is because I'm supporting Trump. Can you imagine such a statement, guys? Thank you, Emmett. Thank you. Yeah, these guys just come on here and they just keep insulting you, and they don't subscribe to the channel. So right now, I've uh, I've devised a new means to get rid of them. So only subscribers can drop comments. So that's the new means. And you see, today the life is calm. There are no insults. We just have real sensible people on the live who want to engage and debate and talk about these things and learn in the process. Not these guys who, the moment you say something good about what Trump is doing, they just attack you, they just insult you, they call you uneducated, they call you every unprintable name there is in the books. They call you, they're not even scared, you know they're not even scared. So now they can only watch the live. They're actually listening, right? They're actually listening right now, but they can't comment, because to comment you have to subscribe. And they're all enemy of progress, so they wouldn't want to subscribe, because they don't like good things. They don't want to see someone rise, they don't want to see someone become successful, so they won't subscribe, but they will just insult you. They'll insult the hell out of you. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's the mentality they have. That's just the mentality. And now, when you lock the comments whereby only subscribers can comment, they just stay there and they're watching, right? A lot of them just stay here and they're watching you. It's not like they're not watching. You see, if you want, if I open it for a bit, you see, they start commenting again. But when you lock it whereby they have to subscribe, then you got them by the balls, because now they don't want to subscribe, because they feel like if they subscribe, then they're giving you more subscribers. So they don't want to do that. So the best thing for them to do is just watch you. And I'm fine. Let them keep watching me. They better keep watching. Exactly. Alright, guys. Thanks for joining. Love you all. I'll be back. See you some other time, guys. Stay safe.